Yo, what it do? What it do? What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome in, welcome in. Gotta get things together here. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing all right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get things together here. What up, Gorilla? What up, Didi? What up, Messi? What's good? What's good? Shout outs to everybody. What's good? I'm the first one. I see you, Didi. Yeah. Nemo still, yeah, he still got tank duty to worry about. What up, birds? What up, Carnage? It's too damn cold, man. We we went from this morning having a straight snowstorm, like all the way till about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then from that point on, it was like beach weather. Like I lie, it wasn't like beach weather. The sun was deceiving. If you just looked at it appearance wise, it looked like beach weather. If you felt it, it was cold, it was windy, the sun was deceptive, and it looked nice out until you stepped outside. It was, man, we had a whole list of seasons happen today. Like I literally had an inch of snow come before the sun went down. It was melted. It was gone. The roads were dry. It man, and it was slushy, icy, like snow was sticking to the roads and everything. It was crazy today. It was crazy. What up, Daniel? What up, Jeff Lee? What's good? What's good? Now, come on, Carnage. We don't influence that. We don't influence that. We don't negative influence. I want his parents to allow him to want to be able to come here and still hang out with us. we influence people like that. Their parent, the ones that are teenagers, are gonna have their parents coming in here and be like, "Yo, you influencing my child to drop out?" No, 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 no. That was carnage. That was carnage. Carnage be doing that. Carnage is the one that be telling people to drop out. Yeah, definitely, Didi. Still cleaning his tank. Yes, sir. Alright, so we're gonna put this into a new tab because that's David Overstreet. That is the another coach on the Cowboys. We'll listen to him. But there was some other stuff I wanted to get into, including about future Hall of Famer, probably all decade, Zack Martin, very likely about to retire. That's what's up, Gorilla. Keep it up, brother. Keep it up. Keep up that hard work. Your channel keep going. It's the way to do it. Put in that work. The dividends come in the end. My parents don't know this channel exists. They'll be asking. No, they don't. But they'll be asking questions, birds. Like, where'd you get this idea to drop out? Who be talking to you? And then they start digging through your phone. And then that's when they find the channel. And then they see these comments. Yo, that's how it plays out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and all the news are talking about Zack Martin retiring. We knew that he was going to be thinking about retiring. We knew that. What up, Mila? What's good? What's good? We knew he was thinking about retiring. This surgery that he went through, or this injury that he went through, that he fought through most of the season. Then when we put Brock Hoffman in, Brock Hoffman looked better than Zack Martin, which is crazy work because we know in all aspects of the football game, Brock Hoffman is not better than Zack Martin. I will say one thing. Brock Hoffman has got that fight in him, though. But that's besides the point. Zack Martin's all pro, all decade, future Hall of Famer, sealed the deal, first ballot. I don't see any, like, up until this season, Like, between not having penalties and not allowing sacks, like this man was only allowing like a sack a season at most. What up, Tata? What up? What it do? What it do? No, no. Zack Martin, man, if you paid attention last year, Birds, Zack Martin was horrible. Like, Zack Martin did not look like Zack Martin. Zack Martin was an embarrassment. And I would rather see him retire than him think he might still have it and come back and look like that again. Like, that was like Zack Martin was a hologram that was just there, but he wasn't really playing. Like, he was not good last year. Zack Martin had allowed more sacks or more pressures in one game last year than he did his whole career. Just crazy. Brock is from Statesville. Brock who? I missed something. Brock who? What Brock you talking about?
Brock Lesnar.
No. You talking about Brock Purdy? Brock Lesnar, like my 8-year-old requested? But
Brock Johnson.
that's Brock.
Brock Johnson.
Alright, come on. You do what you're doing.
Brock Johnson.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Brock.
Noah said he was coming back. Alright. Yeah, we'll see when you get back, Noah. Brock Hoffman. Yeah, man, he's got that he's ready to fight. Brock Hoffman straight up is ready to fight people. Like, Zack Martin was like a samurai at the position. Like, you just couldn't get through him. He was a wall up until last season, where he was allowing pressures and sacks left and right. He just, I knew he either was hurt or, that walls come and, Father Time is untested. So I knew he was fighting through an injury. I just don't know at his age how much he's going to come back off an injury and then perform at the level that we're used to with Zack Martin. I know, man. The Cowboys have wasted so much talent over the last 30. No, Witten. Over the last 30 years. We ain't doing that. You can go in the bathroom if you want a light on, or in your bedroom. 8-year-old trying to mess up my aesthetics. What are we doing? What are we talking about? Mostly it's about the Zack Martin retirement, and then we'll probably talk about. We might get into some draft picks. I know I'm saying I'm saving that for Saturday. We're gonna go through and talk about the top 200 draft picks. But we'll probably watch and react to a couple videos here. I got another coach that I didn't do the other week for an interview here with the Cowboys. I'm about to see if there's anything else, so I can get it all kind of lined up together here, so we can just kind of go through it instead of me trying to find it all as I'm doing it. I know I'm kind of running behind. Went to court. Court went good this morning. At first, I didn't think we were going to go. Every county around me canceled court except the county that I needed to go to court in. They were like the only ones that weren't canceled. It was crazy. I went to court. It went good. Got out of there. That's all done and over with. Ain't got to worry about that no more. Call my work so that I can go to work. Come find out now. Right now, it's starting to blizzard at this moment. Like, it's blizzarding. It was flirting on my way in, but now at about 9:30, it's blizzarding. And man, I call my work, try to go to work. They're like, "No, we ain't doing nothing in this. So we just wrapping it up and heading out. We're going home. All right." So I head home. Uh, get home. Later on, sun comes out. Work messages me, hey, you got how the roads looking? Think it's possible maybe you can go on a job? You don't have one, but if something comes in, can you go on one? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm sure, no problem. Uh, and then a little while later, I get a call. I got a couple jobs. Go on a couple jobs. Get home probably an hour ago. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's when my day went today. But it's just crazy how the snow came and went. The sun came, dried everything up, and went. And now it's nighttime and freezing cold. Yeah, man. Certain parts got like this much. Ain't gonna lie. Certain parts got like this much. Where I live, we got about a half inch. We got about half of that. Not much. Facts, Walt. Facts. I know. Hey, yo. Birds. I don't know. Hey, you always worried about what the Cowboys do. It's all right. It's all right. We know you secretly love the Cowboys. It's okay, birds. We fine with it. That's why we allow you over here. Come on now, because we know. You really, you root for the team that's in your city, but them Cowboys, man, you just can't stop thinking about them. You just can't stop thinking about them, and it's all right. That's all right. We all cool over here. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Blizzard for an hour and a half, and then kind of tinkered snowing for a few hours, and then clouds clear, sun comes out. It doesn't even look like it snowed anymore. It doesn't even look like it. And that was probably the most snow that I've seen in my house this season. That was the biggest snowstorm that I've seen land on my yard this season. We don't get much snow here. It's kind of tragic. Kind of miss the snow. I'd love to get a nice 6 inches of snow and be able to hang out with it for a little while, do some things with the kids. Man, this is crazy. Carnage, definitely, bro. You already know so. What up, Taylor? What it do? What it do? What's good? What's good? And I never announced Mr. Pat in the chat in the building. Easton, what's good? I know I'm late on you, Pat, but man, we'd always just jump into conversation. It's just how it is. Hey, man, I love it. I love it. Just keep that confidence and keep all of that. Every game, show up, birds. We'll be looking for you to show up, pop in. You gotta pop out. You gotta pop out like Kendrick. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show them. Well, come on over, man. Don't wait till the end of the game. Whether it's win, lose, or draw, we don't care because we are here. We are here. Playoffs? We talking about playoffs? Yeah, but it don't feel good if you weren't here watching the whole thing with us. Come on now. It's not the same, Bert. That ain't the same. Popping in at the end versus hanging out with us, watching the game with us, as we all watch the game. It's different. It's different. Bengals and Ravens always have good games. Yeah, they do. Bengals or Ravens. I prefer the Bengals over them. I don't really. They're neither of them are my team. Neither are my team. But I like Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. I like T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. They just need to get a defense over there. Carnage. No. I don't live in revisionist history, but the history is factual, so it is there. I just don't really bring it up. But hey, it's there to bring up. So it ain't like I ain't got it on my wall. We got Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. And there's one under this hat. Super Bowl. I got my banners. I got to see three of them. hopefully, me and my kids will get to see one together. Yeah, that's why I said, man, what kind of city puts up characters of a movie in statues? Who puts up a character of a movie as a statue? If that ain't living in Disneyland or Fantasyland, and y'all call us delusional, come on now. What up, Messi? Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, you already know, Pat. Hey, Pat, but they are, man, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm watching the guy mix it up on the counter right now. I don't even think the Kool-Aid's made yet, so I'm obviously not drinking it. But I will say I like what they're doing. I definitely like what they're doing and what they're saying. We'll get to see the reality of it when we start getting some players. Well, when I start seeing them do something in that free agency. If they don't do that, man, then it's going to be just like last year, and I'm going to predict just like I did last year, and it's probably going to look like it, hopefully at least without the injuries, though. But, man, from what I'm hearing, our coaches are preaching culture, something Cowboys have not had. They've needed it. I've been preaching culture. Culture and effortness and fight to the ball. And they're not talking of not just attack. They're not going to come back and wait for the play to happen. They're talking attack and be vicious. So we'll see how this comes. If it comes out to fruition, we'll have to see. It sounds really nice. And it may look good on paper when it's all done. But putting it together, watching it through training camp, watching it through some scrimmages and preseason is going to help light up a lot. That's why I give my predictions in preseason. We stay delusional. Man, I'm as down to earth as it gets, bro. I'm as down to earth as it gets. I ain't riding on none of it. I support my team to the fullest. I don't agree with every decision they make. I don't agree 90% of the time with anything the owners have to say, but I still support my team. Let them know. Let them know. Right? We giving them 30 years and we still 15 ahead. But 10 ahead. That's on another occasion. You hoping it was that. Well, we already, Carnage, come on. You had high hopes for that one. He just signed the deal. We know we have him for at least 3 more years. But I'm telling you, bro. I'm not a Dak fan. But if we have a running game and an okay O-line, Dak will be much better. He'll be like he was in his rookie season, which is when he was, to me, at his best. What up, HR Creeper? What up, look at? What up? Welcome. What it do? Shout outs to y'all. Hey, I like hockey. I don't want Dak retired now. Nah, me neither, man. There ain't no other option behind him. Everybody wants to replace Dak, but has no plan in place of replacing him. The Cowboys are talking about that they are in a win now mentality. Whether that's going to be true or not, we don't know yet. But that's what they're talking about. They're talking about win now. Getting rid of Dak is not a win now. That's not a win now route to go. If you're getting rid of Dak, you're completely rebuilding. Right now, we're completely revamping with our offensive and defensive coaches. Not so much the players. I'm sure some will be gone. We do have a good bit of free agents. I know we need to keep some of them. Jordan Lewis, Odigizua would be really nice to keep. Turpin. Honestly, depending on the draft, we may have to keep Rico Dowdle. But who knows? We'll have to see how that all plays out. Oh, who already got message deleted? Oh, yeah. You can't ask about that. Look at, and this is your first stream, brother. Mods are earned. They're not given. We don't just give them. People wait a good while to get a moderator. And then if you're a moderator and you don't come in and hang out forever, you'll lose the moderator. Unless you're tapping in with us and letting us know, hey, this is why I'm not here. I'll be back. Don't take your diaper off again, dude. I don't know why you did that. What up, Jace? What it do? I mean, I know, but at the same time, that injury that he was fighting, that's why he was so bad last season. That and a mixture of Father Time. So now that he's getting healed off of that injury, coming back, and he's not healthy yet. He's still not healthy. He's still got a ways to go for being healthy. But at that time, is he going to come back and still not be what he was? Because, I'd hate to see him come and add another bad year to that already. One bad year at the end, all right. But then you come back again and add on to more bad negative. I mean, it makes it worse. So, I mean, you're in a lose-lose with it. Man, Diggs has been so injured, it ain't even funny. Diggs can't stay on the field, bro. Diggs has no knee. Diggs has no knee, brother. No knee. Like, it's bone on bone. He's got no cartilage. They are literally trying to regenerate cartilage in his knee. Witten. It's time to take a minute. Micah, stop messing with my stuff, brother. Well, make you go sit over there with Mama.
It's 5 more minutes. Go. Hey, get off my spot.
Nah, I mean, but Jace, Ashton Genty's a first round draft pick, talent wise, everything. Scatterboo's going to be a 3rd or 4th round draft pick. And I don't think that he's going to be just as good. He'll be a good back in the NFL, but I don't think he's going to be better than Genty. That's a hot take like crazy, brother. What up, Chiefs on top? What it do? What it do? Domo, what it do? What it do? I mean, did you pay attention to last season, how we played? Now, I know it was a mixture of injury and Father Time, but I don't want to see – I also don't want to see him add to negative stats on his record. Like, last year was an outlier. If it happens again, it now becomes repetitive and it doesn't look as good. It just shows that he stayed too long. Now, if he comes and he outplays and he looks like Zack Martin of the old, I'm for it. But we don't know what it's going to be. And he's not healthy yet. What up, Trent? What it do? What it do? Yeah, man, Messi. Zack Martin's first ballot Hall of Famer. All decade, all pro. That man, I think last year was the only year he probably ain't going to be an all pro. Like, for real, for real. His whole career, he was all pro. Well, I say he'll definitely be all decade team. First ballot all. Pat, let him know. What up, Pedro? What up, what up, what up? Would you trade Michael Parsons for at least whatever? No, because Pedro, if you think about it, the teams that are going to be coming to look for Micah Parsons to get that trade, those are going to be teams that are like one piece away from winning a Super Bowl in their mind. So they're probably going to be in the playoffs. So they're probably going to be fighting in contention, which means where is that first round pick going to be? Is it going to be at the end of the round where it might as well just be a second round pick? Then no. It'd have to be a team like the Bears that we know, not the Bears, but the Browns, that we know is going to be at the top. But even then, man, it have to be like 2 first rounds and maybe a player. What up, Nemo? What it do? What it do? But no, I wouldn't trade Micah Parsons. No. You got a man that wants to get paid early. He wants to take a cheap deal. He's saying, sign me. He's lending his leverage to the owner. Just give me the leverage, says the owner. He's taking it. Like the owner's taking the leverage. But the owner's not doing nothing about it. Like, he should be signing Micah Parsons, like, today. Like, yesterday. Like, for real, for real. That should already be done. You got a player that's avoiding his damn agent and saying, sign me now, I'll take a cheap deal, let's build and get some pieces. The free agency, I mean, the cap is going up to $281 million. I think it was at like 240 or something like that. I can't remember. What up, Antone? What it do? What it do? Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson ain't bad. I got him on my list. I'd take North Carolina boy too. I like North Carolina boy, but I feel like we won't get him if we don't pick him in the first round. I feel like he'll be gone by the time we pick in the third round. What was it, Henderson? No, I'd have to look in my little book. Definitely. Now, yeah, he is a Penn State fan. Like I said, 2 years. He said 5 years. Jason Zace, he said 5 years. He didn't say 2 years. He said 5 years. He said a total of 10 years. Because right now he's going into his 5th year. Right? I think that you know, Pat, when you ain't been there and had won but one other time in your franchise's history, you kind of act like you've never been there before because you kind of haven't. Other than that one other time. So, you know, now that they finally got 2, since we've given them a 30-year head start, you know, they've got 2. Now it's time for us to come in and play a little bit. I know, man. Trent, you gotta keep your spirits up and try to keep the positivity, brother. Luka was crazy, man. But yeah, you talk about Luka too much and you're gonna upset Carnage. But yeah, man, that Luka trade pissed me off. I hope that they're regretting it as Anthony Davis is hurt. I hope they are regretting it. You're not getting yelled at, Nemo. Oh, are you talking about where you go? Or not Nemo? I meant Trent. My bad. You just gotta stay positive, brother. That's all. You gotta try to keep your off. What about them? Yeah, they're your sandals. Yeah, it's got Paw Patrol on it. It seems like it, Jason. It seems like it. It definitely seems like Jerry Jones has his hand in it, for sure. For sure. All right, well, now we got a few people in here. Make sure y'all hit those like buttons, everybody. I'm going to get into this video real quick and turn this light off. People messing with my aesthetics. I know, but don't help. You throwing my stuff on the floor, little boy. Throw your stuff on the floor. Alright, so yeah, we're going to get this video up and listen to what this coach has to say. I have not heard any of this interview as of yet. So it'll be a first for me. For real. That microphone set up. All right, we'll pull this interview up. It should be right here. Hopefully, y'all will be able to hear it. Make sure when I start playing it, if y'all can let me know you can hear it with a Y or a no, or a Y or an N in the chat. All right, here we go.
I'm good. How y'all doing? Yeah, I'm good.
Turn it up.
First of all, your just kind of first thoughts about just this time period.
You guys hear that just
with
fine?
The coaching staff and kind of the uniqueness of this time right now.
Oh man, it's cool. You know, it's cool getting back. You know, I'm actually from Dallas, so being back here is always good to come back home with my family and stuff.
By the way, his name is David Overstreet II. This Dallas Cowboys posted this video. It's coach the guys you have is the message that they're putting in the thumbnail.
Stuff is, I have some familiarity with some of the coaches. You know, coach with some of the guys in Chicago. I actually coached with Steve Shimko in junior college.
Appreciate it, Pat. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Walt.
Getting back here,
What it do, T-Mac?
It's been a very good experience for me. Samuel, right? I did go to Samuel. I'm from Pleasant Grove, man. Blue Spartans.
So was it when this job opened up? Was it like, oh, I got to take it, or was it just?
Nah, you know that's it's funny you say that because people have asked me that before. Like, man, you know, you back home, that's what it is. But it's a few different things. You know, one is exciting to be back home. You know, I love being in Texas. Of course, you know, Texas have a lot of pride, so you know, I love being there.
Hold on one second. There we go.
But also being back
Thank
when
you.
everybody knows me, everybody, all my family's here. That's a give and take with that. You know, all the familiarity, but also I was able to be away from a lot of stuff too. So, but being back.
All right. Also, here's a little context on him. He's a secondary cornerbacks coach, David Overstreet II. He met with the media to discuss his return to Texas, his relationship with defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus, and mentally he wants to install into his players the mentality he wants to install into his players and more. That's the basis of this video. I do not own the rights to the audio, so disclaimer, this is for fair use rights, or the fair, whatever it's called, Fair Use Act.
I'm definitely excited about being back in Dallas.
What up, Alyssa? What up, Art? What it do?
Hey, no question. She'd always have to handle that. You know, I was like, hey, y'all, I had a question about ticket. I said, y'all go ask her. I said, I got to focus on the game plan.
It was one of those things where you always maybe aspired to coach back in Dallas, but you wanted to kind of work out on its own terms, or how did that kind of journey back here work?
Yeah, so I never had like aspirations to say, hey, I want to coach for this team, or I want to be back in this spot. I just want to have opportunity to advance my career, opportunity to be a good coach, opportunity to really just ascend as high as I possibly can.
Right now, I guess they're just talking mostly about him and his route back to this state. What up, Dylan? What it do?
So Flus has been a great mentor for me.
I know,
as a
man.
Player. So, you know, he was my defense coordinator and position coach.
Al Harris will be missed.
Then as a mentor for me as a coach, you know, seeing the intensity that he brings, the intelligence that he has, and the way he connects with players, it was always good. So then having an opportunity being back here and he and I talking and having to come in knowing that I know his system, I know what he expects, and he knows what I'm gonna give as well. So that was definitely a great experience.
And you guys, because there's such you guys from Chicago,
yeah,
you guys can kind of hit the ground running a little.
So he was in Chicago with Matt Eberflus. What up? What up for you and your Bengals?
But even if you're still learning the players, that you guys know what you want.
Yeah, learning the players is going to be a big deal because in order to make our system go, you got to have the guys, and you also got to know how to coach the guys you have. You know, so building a connection with the players, building a relationship with them, to know how to coach them is going to be huge for us. But the the four guys.
Hey man, just do it, brother. Just do it. From what I saw in your videos, Creeper, you got a better computer setup than I do. I'm trying to get mine like yours.
With Andre Curtin being a secondary, and David Gonzi being a linebacker level. So we're able to take all those parts, put them together, and be able to teach them to some of the other coaches that are here, but also having coaches that weren't with us, bringing in other ideas,
Well,
other
you come over
experiences.
here making all
great
that
for us.
noise. What up, Miss Pittsburgh? What it do?
The current state of the secondary plan and safeties back there.
Kids be acting crazy as soon as I go to screen.
So I'm excited to coach these guys.
No, it's up on my desk because he threw it on the floor. Here. Micah, you need to come over here and chill out.
Guys, I'll tell you, that's one of the things about that really
All right,
attracted
Nemo,
me
man.
here.
Stay blessed,
Like,
brother. Stay blessed.
There's some talent right there, and I'm excited to get a chance to be with those guys, get my hands on them. I've been having great conversations with them, met with a lot of them a lot of times. So I'm definitely excited to coach those guys.
Blues talked about how, and I mean, Curtis talked about taking the ball away is going to be the priority with your guys' defense. Those two guys, Bland and Trayvon Diggs, are known for taking the ball away.
Doubt.
Is that something that can be taught, or how excited are you as a coach to be like, hey, they already
Sucks. We probably won't see Trayvon Diggs until Thanksgiving. Probably Thanksgiving. We might get to see Trayvon Diggs, and then he's still going to have a work-in process where he's still got to get used to being or playing football again. No, Witten. What are you doing, dude? You can go somewhere else to do that. I'll unplug it. Like the light bulb. Leave it alone. Right now, he doesn't have very high draft stock. He don't have very high draft stock. No, you're being too loud, baby. Why are you getting all crazy at that time? Quentin, stop hyping up your brother. Or you guys gonna get sent to your room. Yeah, Trayvon ain't gonna go nowhere. And his draft stock is way down right now. Or his value. I have a good feeling about this coach. Man, Pat, I like the coaches. I was upset about the Matt Eberflus hire. I mean, not the Matt Eberflus hire. The Brian Schottenheimer hire. But at this point, I'm about to get me some shirts made saying I'm with the shots. And a picture of Shotty holding some shot glass. Me just saying I'm with the shots. Because I'm with the coaches that he's picking. I like who he's bringing in. I like Matt Eberflus. I like Clayton Adams. I think they're going to be good. I like these guys coming up out of college. What up, Barkley? What it do? What it do? Man, I think the coaching staff that we're getting is much better than what we've had. And then also, they're saying the right things. Like what we're hearing, it sounds different. It's not what we're used to hearing. Man, it's been all right. It's been kind of crazy, hectic, a little bit with the way the weather was, but it's been all right. You need to chill, baby. Because of you. I'm getting it so you'll be good. She's got pants on so that you don't just taking off your diaper again. There you go. Let's sit down. Leave him alone, Witten. Yeah, what he didn't need. I took it away from him. And you gave it back. Well, then you're sitting here. Well, then we'll take him. Yeah, you had all day to do all that. You're not going to save it for now, buddy. All right, guys. Sorry about that. What up, Dougie? What up, DK? What's good? All right, let's get this video back on.
Kind of got that demeanor and mentality.
Yeah. Listen, when that ball's in the air, that's our ball. Right? I always tell the DBs, like, the quarterback threw it, that means he didn't want it anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if he threw it to you, that means he thinks his guy is better than you are. So you should take offense to that. Mm-hmm. You should be extremely upset that he decided to say, you know what, the guy lined up across from you was better than you, so I'm going to throw it to you. Mm-hmm. these guys already have a mentality that the ball's in their
Sorry,
stairs, and we just continue to build on that, but also build that mentality.
Man,
like
kids
you've
are
been
going
disrespected by throwing the ball.
3-year-old
You
acting
throw it, you
wild
throw it
right
to somebody
now.
else because my dude ain't open.
All right, let me pause it.
You know, so
You got some guys, and those guys are veterans down this point, but also some young guys, Kalen Carson. How do you kind of balance coaching the older guys who kind of get that, and also some of the younger guys who are trying to develop into that?
Well, that goes back again to knowing the guys you're coaching, knowing how to teach them, but also you got to. Jimmy Johnson actually had a quote that he said when he went to Miami. He says, "If treat a man as he is, he'll remain as he is. Treat a man as he could be, he'll become what he should be." So that's what I believe in doing. That. You treat someone as if they were a starter. You don't treat anybody as if they're a
just keep doing what you're doing,
that man, if he can grow into a starter,
posting shorts.
He'll be a starter.
Get yourself up to 50 posting
like you
shorts.
have a Deron Bland, you have a Trayvon Diggs, and those guys will be all-pro players. Well, you coach them to be all-pro players, and they can achieve those things as well. You never let anybody sit back.
I like that these coaches are making an emphasis on being aggressive, being vicious. Do what the players do best. Like, I feel like we've been trying to make our players fit a certain system. And I feel like that's been such a waste of talent over the last few years, or really the last bunch of years. It's been such a waste of talent. Yeah, man. That's one thing I try to do, encourage over here in this community, is that as a community, we should support each other. All of us want things for ourselves, so we all need to help each other out and all just sub to each other. That'll help each other all grow. And the bigger the community gets, the bigger everybody's community gets. Because if we all support each other, it just helps everybody. So yeah, that's just kind of what we do over here, Barkley. We kind of support each other. We might not agree or like everything that everybody says, but at the end of the day, we come back with respect. We got respect for each other, and man, we support each other. But all right.
Like, don't put a cap on anybody.
Yeah. What's the first place you ate back in Dallas?
Man, I want to hit some different places that I hadn't been before. So I actually went to Frisco Fresh Market out here, and they had all the booths and stuff. I went this past weekend. It was good. I went to they had like a chicken and waffle spot in there. It was really good. I don't mess with chicken and waffles too often. So.
Whataburger been hit yet? Or?
Oh, not yet. But I got to eat Whataburger. That's one of the biggest things. When you're from Texas, you don't actually say Whataburger. You say Waterburger.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So you know now.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Which one of your favorite players you talking about, Barkley?
You talked a lot about Diggs.
Right, Alyssa? Right?
And we're talking to you guys. You heard his.
I don't know. Maybe Pat. Maybe. No, he bounces in and out sometimes.
Trying to make sure the
I'm sure he's still around. Yeah, Zack Martin.
The bottom line of putting guys.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So you tell the guy,
I get it.
So far. But at the end of the day, you still got to play ball.
Yeah, Pat.
And that's
you got to do his thing. He posts here and there.
Allow yourself to adjust to the players you have. You can't necessarily try to get a player and try to get.
Pat's not really trying to grow his channel, but yeah, man.
Like, hey, this is the way we're going to support him, though. Well, if this dude isn't comfortable in that stance,
definitely go and support him. He will post. He goes to games.
And say, hey, you got to also give your guys the freedom to be able to move around and make adjustments on their own, because they playing. We're not playing. It's 72 and sunny on the sideline. But they finna get hit in the face, So you gotta allow them to come back off and make that adjustment for you. They can say, I can ask, hey, why'd you do that? Well, I saw him doing this, because they study and take too, and they may pick up on something that a guy is doing on the field that you can't see from the sideline, and they come back and tell you this is why they did it, and now you can have a discussion. All right, so this was going on, so let's do this, guys.
All right, last one right here.
Yeah, coverage is often talked about being married to the pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he's not your position, but when you know about Micah Parsons and see what he's going to be able to do, how much does that excite you from a coverage standpoint to know that what he can do as a pass
the
rush?
best secondary is a good D-line. Quarterback can't throw the ball from his back. So it make you look real good when the ball come out wobbling. We can pick off anything. That thing going end over end,
Thank you.
All right, I appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys.
So that wraps up that interview with David Overstreet, the DB and cornerback coach, who has worked with Matt Eberflus over in Chicago before. What up, JF? What up? What it do? You're a Michigan fan? You're one away. There you go. You're about to hit 200. That's dope, Barkley. That's dope, brother. Yeah, Pat and Alyssa, y'all gonna have that in common for sure. No, Pat's at FSU. That's right. You're a Gator. My bad. Respect Bulls fans. Can't DK. Parker Productions. Follow me. I hate Ohio State. What up? All right. Well, I do have another video here of Andre Curtis. We're going to pull it up real quick. All right. And we'll read this short briefing about him real quick. All right. It says, defensive passing game coordinator Andre Curtis met with the media to discuss his relationship with Matt Eberflus, what he sees from Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, the defensive philosophy of taking the ball away, and much more. Shout out to the Cowboys again for posting this video with this interview. Hopefully they don't strike me because I use the Cowboy content. But disclaimer, it is a fair use act and used for educational purposes only. My dad is a Lions fan. That's what's up, Barkley. Yeah, well, the other ones are down there because you keep dropping them. All right, so we're going to play this video. What up, West Philly? What it do? Man, Chris Canty's a he's a Man, I can't stand Chris Canty's take, man. That boy dumb. No offense.
Yeah, well, Quandre is an awesome guy. Extremely hard worker.
Hell yeah, that's what's up,
What that
Creeper.
means
I appreciate
is,
you, brother.
just disciplining yourself, your eyes, your body, to do the things that you need to do
Yeah,
when you need to
talk
do
about
them.
them fundamentals.
And the more you do that and put yourself in those positions, the more it'll pay off for you in the end.
Mm-hmm. You worked with Matt Eberflus, obviously. How do you guys kind of go?
It sucks. We're going in like the third or fourth year here, and we have yet to see a season with Barkley and Deron Bland together on the field. We have yet to see this. We have gotten like little glimpses of it, but one's always hurt or the other's always hurt. Trayvon just ain't been right since his knee injury. Last year he tried to play, but he had no cartilage between the bones, so they are literally trying to regenerate cartilage, and it's got to grow so that he can have cartilage in his bones. It was bone to bone, and that boy, that's why he's hurt. We probably won't see Trayvon Diggs probably until Thanksgiving. We'll see. They're acting like it might be sooner, but probably not until Thanksgiving. And my favorite player, Demarion Overshawn, we probably ain't going to see him until about the same amount of time. He is up and walking, though. He's up and running. But I don't really want him to push it. I know he's pushing himself, but I don't want Demarion Overshawn to push it and then re-aggravate something, because at the same time, he came back off that other one pretty quick, and it didn't even look like he tore an ACL. He came back on fire. Like, no warm-up time, nothing. Just came back on fire last year. So I want him to make sure that he gets a full recovery, fully heal, and then come back. Don't come back preemptively and re-aggravate something, and then we lose you again. Like Overshawn, Agent Zero, you are too important of a piece for us to not have on the field, bro. We need Overshawn on the field. So make sure he gets healthy. Make sure he gets fully healed up. Because I know when he comes back, he's going to be like his head's on fire. He's after it. But yeah, we'll get back into this.
With your relationship, over the years and then coming to a new spot, how do you kind of take what you learned there and kind of also do new things with the new roster here?
Yeah, well, the first thing we do is we obviously evaluate what we did in the past. But you look at these guys here, this team that we're building, and what they do well and what the players are like. So you're just trying to find the best thing that fits for the Dallas Cowboys. That's all we're interested in,
How's the evaluation period going so far? I know it's still a little bit early in terms of actually scheme in football, but how's the evaluation period knowing guys like Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, and some of the guys you're going to have in your secondary?
Oh, well, I mean, I've watched some film on them. I'm excited. These guys have played some really good football here, done some really cool things. I'm just looking to be a part of it and kind of add to it and to see if they can just become better.
We do. We even have a third interview here.
That's what every coach's goal is you got to learn the people that you work with, and then try to help improve them. And that's my job.
Matt Eberflus said that your guys' philosophy is going to stop the run, but also
yes, Creeper. Creeper. Tomorrow night is WWE. We got Friday Night SmackDown. I do every Friday, and Monday Night Raw. I do every Monday. So yeah, Creeper. I will be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. For Friday Night SmackDown. Make sure y'all tune in if you didn't already know. Pop in with us. We'll be over here watching WWE Friday Night SmackDown. I know they're doing the build-up. It's the road to WrestleMania. We've got the Elimination Chamber coming up, I think, in a week. Maybe 2 weeks. I think it's the 7th of March, but I'm not 100%. But yeah, for sure.
Get the ball in the air and make those kind of things.
Well, I always believe that success leaves clues. And the cool thing is when you get in those positions, to me, the true special stuff comes out when a player's in position. So as a coach, my job is to coach the technique, critique the technique, work with the player to try to get them in the very, very best position they're in. And then all their natural stuff, the cool stuff shows up, And so once they get in that position.
Yeah, get them comfortable with what they do best. What they're good at. Get them comfortable in that so that the natural stuff, the taking the ball away, the stripping the ball out, it comes natural at that point. Natty, everyone. Man, DK, you always self-promoting, man. Last time you was good. T-Bone play. Damn moves. All right.
Position, then the guys that are really good playmakers, they get in position to make them, and so that's exciting to me. Try to help those guys get better, and hopefully we can continue that as well.
What are your impressions so far, Brian Schottenheimer? What was your past relationship maybe with him?
Yeah. Me and Shotty worked together in Seattle. Obviously, it was cool. I mean,
so he was with Shotty in Seattle, huh? That's cool. I'm glad that they've got some continuity. But I'm just glad that Shotty was able to pick an entire roster of his own coaches. Cowboys haven't done that. I know I've said it before, but the Cowboys haven't had a full coaching turnover since the Jimmy Johnson days. And now we're bringing in some college coaches. We don't normally do that. Normally we go look for the older, more seasoned, more experienced coaches. We're bringing in some college coaches, but bringing in some coaches that haven't done it before at this position or at this level. And allowing him to die by the sword, letting him get his guys and bring in who he thinks is going to be the best fit. What up, brother? What up?
We had a great working relationship.
And yeah, all these coaches are talking like they want to work with the players to get what the players do best and get them into that routine so that it comes instinctively and naturally. What up, Michael B? What it do?
Yeah. He was on the dark side of things at that time, being in office. No, we had fun. He brings energy, excitement. We're together. We had a great time out there. And with his philosophy, the atmosphere he's trying to create here, I think it's going to be really cool.
How much of a different Brian Schottenheimer do you see already, maybe from when you had him in Seattle, now that he's here? Or do you see a difference at all?
Well, I just see him, man.
Yeah, I know, Jimmy. I know Jimmy was a college coach. You know that Jerry Jones has only won Super Bowls when he's brought a college coach up to Dallas. Both of the Super Bowl coaches that he has came out of college. So he's had good luck with that, but then didn't return to that method previously, like before now. He hasn't done that since then. He hasn't brought up college coaches since then. It's always either been in-house, bring up, like Jason Garrett, kind of Kellen Moore, or they go look for the older seasoned coaches that have been there and done it before. Hold on.
Let me sit in my spot. You know let me sit in my spot.
All right. But yeah, so It's crazy that like he won 3 Super Bowls with 2 coaches and both of them came out of college, but then he doesn't go bring up another college quarterback or a college coach until 2025. Like, come on. That's crazy to me. And that's the way he was winning. Even when he did it our way, baby, we did it our way with Barry Switzer. That was really Jimmy Johnson's team. That Barry Switzer just was on a retirement plan. And it had Troy Aikman so mad he was on the sidelines yelling. Dude. Leave your brother alone. Why are you being the 3-year-old menace? You don't bite your brother, dude. That's not okay. Kids, man. Kids. It's like my time. You're right. I'd take that. I'd take that. Sort of like we can also say the same thing about little Chucky. One in Tampa Bay with Dungy's team. I'd say the same thing about that, honestly. DK, man, you gotta join in the conversation, brother. You already know, as a community, we all support each other. You're gonna get the subs back, man. Don't force it. Don't force things, bro. Let it build and naturally, organically grow, brother. When you force it, it won't be authentic. It won't be authentic if you force it, brother. You're gonna force people to go do something that they don't want to do. Like, come on, man. Let it be authentically natural. The community we have here, we support each other. All right, I'm going to play this video again. Hold on one second. Right? That is dope, brother.
As the
What
head
up,
coach,
Chris?
and
What it do?
him putting his stamp on things. In Seattle, he was obviously working for Pete.
Definitely.
We all work for Pete, so the job
Facts,
of an
brother.
assistant is always to kind of elevate the head coach's message. So now we have a chance to see his message and how he feels about things.
How important was it for you to come back here with Bruce after being with him?
Yeah, it was important. I mean, it was really good. Flus, good football coach, even better person, and he treated me well. Gave me an opportunity coming from Seattle to Chicago, and when this opportunity presented itself because of the type of man he is, the character he has, that was important for me.
How important is it also too that you kind of be a conduit from teaching his scheme and that kind of thing with the players?
Yeah, well,
What up, Zyre? What up,
that's a
James?
part of it. I think
Doing what it
this
do.
time of year, we
Shout out
explore
to
everything.
y'all.
And what we necessarily did in Chicago.
Chris, we are listening to some of the interviews with the new coaches of the Cowboys. This is Andre Curtis. The previous one was David Overstreet, I believe. And then there'll be a third one of Dave Borgonzi. And that'll be the interviews we are listening to tonight of the Dallas Cowboys. And giving our opinions and our thoughts on what we hear from these new coaches that are coming in.
It's not necessarily what we're going to do here. These guys, the cool thing about a coach is kind of figuring out all the cool things and special things guys can do. And then our job as coaches is just trying to put the best players in the best position to make the best plays they can make. And so everything's under evaluation. Mm-hmm. Everything's under critique. You even scour around through the league to try to find things. So this is just a real cool period for me because you get to create and explore stuff. So that's what excites me.
What is the major tenet of this defense?
Ivy. Shout outs to you, though, brother. What up, Raylan?
Well, everything we do and everything we call is to take the football away.
I didn't see Patrick had a new haircut yet. I'll have to go check that out. What up, Caitlin? What it do?
I mean, that's number one. Taking the football away, stopping the run.
See, that's what I want to hear. Taking the football away and stopping the run. Matt Eberflus was literally preaching the same thing. So these coaches are preaching a consistent message. They're preaching a consistent message. And stopping the run happens to be the second thing. I'd like it to be the first thing on the list, but it's the second thing. It hasn't been a thing in Dallas for 5-6 years. We have not been good at stopping the run. They are going to be making an emphasis on stopping the run, along with, on the offensive side, having a running game. That is something the Cowboys have been lacking since like Zeke's rookie year for having a running game. And Dak will be much better when we're not relying on him to do all the work and relying on his arm. If we have a running game and an O-line to help, like, it's going to take the load off of Dak. Like, I don't want Dak throwing the ball more than 25 times a game. 20 would be better. I want to run the ball. I want play action. I want some of that pin and pull action with the tight end or the center and the right guard, or not the center, the right guard or left guard or left tackle and right tackle pull over and get ahead. And I want to see it performed right. Like, we've done some half-ass shit as Cowboy teams in the past where it was like a fake, false imitation of it. West Coast offense. What that was. Lamest ever. Predictable as hell. The only routes we ran were button hooks or comeback routes. Nothing really for crosser routes. Nothing really to target zones. It's been crazy. But the coaches are talking different. The sound coming out of Dallas is different this year. Whether it's going to be beneficial for the team going forward, we don't know yet. I want to see what we do in free agency. I want to see what we do in the draft. Because that'll give us a real telling of how this season's going to play out. Let's get back into it. Or the hitch routes. Yeah, right? Right, exactly, bro. We were so predictable. Dude, that's dope. That's dope, brother. Tyler Smith, our best O-line. Yeah, Cooper Beebe, I think Brock Hoffman's going to be all right. And as much as I dogged Terrence Steele last year, I feel like he's going to have a better year this year. I feel like the way he ended the season last year, he ended the season being our best O-line player. As much as I didn't like him because he's been half-assed, Terrence Steele turned into being the best O-line participant last season in the last, 6 games. Man, crazy that was the way that went. But hopefully he has a better year this year. We're going to need him to. But if the Cowboys end up drafting a tackle, I have a feeling they're going to push Tyler Guyton over to right tackle, his natural position, and play him at left tackle. But we'll have to see how it goes. Or they'll get a guard and push Tyler Smith to left tackle, Tyler Guyton to right tackle, Brock Hoffman at guard, Cooper Beebe at center, and then put a draft pick at guard. I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out, man. There's so many different ways that we're going to go about building this team. But as there's so many right ways, I just hope they don't take the wrong ways with it, because they can easily pick the wrong players for our scheme. So we really need to see what they do. I'm going to get back into this video.
Being aggressive, attacking, that's the
That'd be
premise of
dope.
all
That'd be
Matt
dope, Pat.
Matt Eberflus's
I'd be for
defenses,
it. I like
and
T. Higgins.
that will continue to be our calling card.
How do you think he handled last year in Chicago with all the stuff that went down?
Well, Chicago is a different situation.
All right,
He was a
Didi,
head
you
coach,
stay
so
blessed.
there's a
Hopefully
lot
you
of
get the
stuff that I
feeling
wouldn't
better.
get into that he
Man, stay blessed. Make it great on purpose.
deal with that type of stuff. All I can say is the way he treated me was the right way. We had a great time on defense, exploring and trying to learn new things and trying to get guys better. So I anticipate that to continue on.
What do you think of the guys you have
Exactly,
coming
Chris.
back in your secondary?
Right,
I think
brother.
we can be very good. We're going to push and strive to be our very best, and we'll see how far that takes us.
I mean, you talk about taking the ball away. You've had guys, Diggs, playing, guys that have done it.
Yeah.
Is that a teachable skill, or is that something guys that kind of born with?
Well, I think there's, like I said, success leaves clues. You got to be in position, and the ball has to be on the forefront of your mind. There's different ways to take the ball away. You can intercept it, you can punch it, you can strip. I mean, there's all kinds of ways, but at the end of the day, the guy's got to get in position, and he has to have the thought on his mind to attack the football, and that's what we're going to try to help bring to the forefront.
All right. They're wrapping that interview up now, so I'm going to go over here to this David Borzoli.
When you talk about coming back here, how are you doing?
Oh, they got
Well,
them all.
personally,
I might have to do some more on
when I
Saturday.
first
as
got
well,
here in
'cause they got
2011, I
Derek
just got
Foster,
married
they
that
got
year.
Junior Adams,
So
they got
coming back
Wendell
14 years
Wells.
later,
So they
been
got a
married
bunch of
the whole time,
interviews
obviously
here for me to
14
do.
years coming back
But
with a 10 and 8-year-old.
what up,
So
Ranjit?
personally, I'm at a different stage in my life. And then
Yeah,
coaching wise, it was an interesting journey.
congratulations to your
When I
Eagles,
left here in
brother.
2013, I went to Tampa Bay for 4 years. Was in Indianapolis for 4 years, then Chicago for 3. So, you just have a
All right, so this is David Bergonzi. I'm going to give the little breakdown it gives here. All right, so linebackers coach David Bergonzi met with the media to discuss his return to Dallas, how he has grown personally and professionally over the last 13 years, his first impressions of Maris Luafau, and more. So we're going to get to know what he thinks of Maris Luafau. I think he could be a good linebacker too. He's not quite the Marvion Overshawn, but Maris Luafau played good ball for us last year, coming in behind DeMarvion. What up, Corey? What it do? What it do?
a lot of different experiences with different organizations.
Yeah, Zack Martin retiring.
There's different players, different systems, different coordinators, different teams. So you learn and grow from all the places you've been at. So it's been fun to kind of get my start here, come back, 13 years later, and just have those experiences to go from.
Right, JFF? Right? Oh, this ain't a jersey. This is just an Aeropostale shirt. And it happens to be the year I was born, too. No, yeah. Hey, man, there hasn't been a repeat NFC East champion in over 20 years. So I don't think there will be one this year either. That doesn't mean nothing about the Super Bowl, because you could not win the conference and still go to the Super Bowl. But winning your conference is always the first step. So most teams are preaching in the off season and throughout the regular season.
Gain their trust.
Trust with
you. How do you gain a linebacker?
Never, ever.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, they just want to get better. So if you can show them how they're going to improve and they get better, that's how you build trust. So you have to give them good information, tell them the why, and then that builds trust. And really, it starts in the off season. From the first meeting that we have with them, and right now I'm kind of going through their point of attack tapes to see, hey, this is what you're good at, this is what you need to improve at. And then when they come in here in April, we'll meet and we'll talk about, hey, this is what I see in your POA tapes. This is how we can get you better. And this is how we're gonna drill it. This is how we're gonna work in practice.
That's crazy, bro.
And hopefully it shows up in the game. How you doing, Tim?
What's it like to have
I don't
familiar
either.
faces,
I
not
don't
only
either.
that you knew from the last time you're here, but that you're with the last few years in Chicago?
It's great.
So he also was in Chicago with Matt Eberflus.
Come back here, like I was saying, my first year here was in 2011. It's always hard moving, but when you come back to a place that and the people in the organization that you really trust and that you love working with, it goes a lot smoother. And then obviously schematically, being with Coach Flus for the last 7 years, as we go through the cut-ups, there's a lot of history there with the scheme and the issues and what's good and what we need to work on. So there's a good foundation to start from. We're not all trying to learn the same system. A lot.
Yeah, Chris, man. Hey, Zack Martin's gonna be an all-decade, first ballot Hall of Famer, All-Pro. Man, he was great. Yeah, Johnny Manziel would have been a big disaster. You absolutely right, brother. You absolutely right.
A lot of us have been in it, and even the new guys on the staff have been in similar systems.
What's a Flus? I think we know because we've been around, but what's a Flus coach defense look like?
A defense that takes all away.
What does an Eberflus defense look like? It looks like a football team that's going to take the ball away.
Emphasizing punching the ball.
What up, Super?
Interceptions.
What it do?
Our goal is to get the ball
Cowboy
back from
coaching
our
interviews
as fast as we can. And the fastest way to do that is taking the ball away. You can go 3 and outs and all that, but the thing that we emphasize is don't pass up a strip attempt. Catch the ones they throw to you. Yeah,
so the man attack, viciousness, culture, and take that ball away. Turnovers, man. They preaching some good fundamentals here. No, yeah, we can't. You're right, Pat. You're right. We can't do that. What up, Quick? What it do?
And it's all about the best stat in ball is the turnover ratio. If you win the turnover battle in the league, history says you're going to win more games than you lose.
One issue here has been stopping the run. What's the key to stopping the run with this team?
Yeah, I just think playing with good technique and fundamentals, but also
stopping the run on this team is having good linebackers and getting pushed with your front four. Kind of like Philly did, honestly. Kind of like Philly did. Getting pressure with your front four and allowing your linebackers to be able to stay back and be able to bring in a safety up, bring 8 in the box, stuff like that. And that's going to be how we're going to stop the run and try to avoid giving free games to big plays. Yeah, we will definitely be better than we were last year. But this year, you're right. This year is going to be a learning process. So I expect the first 6 games to not look as pretty as we want. But they're going to be trying to get together. We'll have to see. It may come together quicker than we thought, or it may take longer than we thought. But I know, man. He had DeMarcus Lee, Sean Ware, DeMarcus Spears. He had all of them doing hella good. Hella good.
Part of that is everybody.
You good.
Being on this.
Super Cowboy, you good, brother. Do what you got to do and hang out when you can. We ain't going to be mad at you.
Same page, knowing where their fits are. And look, every defense is going to have issue plays. And then when those plays come up, hey, what's the fastest way to come to a solution and fix it?
Leah Fowles, a young linebacker, your initial thoughts on him?
Marist?
Yeah.
I did a lot of work on Marist coming out of Notre Dame. In terms of what I really like is his length. The guys that we've had in our past, like Shaq Leonard, Bobby Okereke, EJ Speed, Tremaine Edmonds, you can go down the list of the guys that we've had in the past, 7 years, all have length. And Maris has 34-inch arms. He's long. Maris is physical. He runs to the ball.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything out of DeMarcus Lawrence yet. But, I don't know how he can chase the bag. He's on low stock right now. He ain't got high value. So, does he really want to start over somewhere else at this point in his career? He has his family and everything in Dallas, and he's got his best lineman next to him saying, I don't need to be the highest paid. Maybe. He wants to be, I'm sure he wants to be a part of something. And here he probably feels comfortable. I think DeMarcus Lawrence would be willing at this stage in his career. He's gotten the bag. DeMarcus Lawrence has gotten a $100 million deal before. He don't need to continue to get the bag. Just give him something to keep him going. But he'd be very valuable in the run game. But I'm sure he is, Chris. I'm sure he's a free agent this year. So what? He definitely becomes a free agent this year. So yeah, if he stays, it does have to be at the right price. Under 10 million. Has to be under 10. If he goes, man, then the shout outs to him. I appreciate him for what he did. I ain't got nothing against DeMarcus Lawrence.
We did a 30 visit with Marist in Chicago. I spent a lot of time with him. Super smart. He's a guy that has position flex. He can probably play all 4 spots at linebacker. So,
and Marshawn Nealand is like a mini DeMarcus Lawrence. But we got to see what this coaching staff is going to do. Who do they even want to keep? Does this coaching staff even want to keep DeMarcus Lawrence? We don't know. Eberflus, I think, does know him. I think Eberflus might have been around his rookie year. I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, we're definitely going to go to the youth. What up, Mr. Footballer? We're going to be one of the youngest teams. But we do need a little bit of veteran experience to help kind of with the youth. We got to help show them the way. It's good to have the coaches to do it, but to have the players that know the system on the field helping as well also is a big beneficiary. Even if they don't play all season and someone gets taken their spot on the roster. Of course we do, Mr. Footballer.
I'm really encouraged and excited to work with him.
You surprised Flus wanted to get back right into it right away?
No,
Why not?
because he loves football.
What
You
up,
know, he's
Derek?
I don't
What
want to
it
speak
do,
for
what it
him,
do?
but he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
seem like
loves
I
you
know he
too,
likes to play
brother.
golf. But I don't think he wants to golf every day. I think he loves football. He loves football and he loves competition.
You right,
So
Pat.
for
You
him
right,
not
brother.
to compete every day,
Facts, Chris.
I just couldn't
That's gonna be a hard one. That's gonna be a hard one.
see it. So I had a feeling that he'd want to get right back in, just because he's got so much competitive juice, and you know, I'm excited he went back in because he's really good at what he does.
So that couple months, what do you think he was like?
He probably watched every single game in the NFL, and I'm pretty sure he did. And you know, he loves football, and I'm sure he took a little bit of a break, but I'm pretty sure he was doing a lot of work at that time.
What have you learned about Shotty so far as head coach at Richardson?
Yeah, family first. That's what I love about him. It's family first and connecting with the players, and that's really been a big emphasis for us. It's like connect with the guys on the team, call them, just connect with them, get to know them a little bit. So I think the chemistry and the connection part is kind of my.
That's good. That's good. They need to be getting to hang out outside of the stadium. They need to be gelling. They need to become a family, not just players showing up to work. Like, nah, get to know each other. Go hang out. Go bowling together. Go putt some mini golf. Go have some players like O lineman days where you go do something. Some D lineman days where you go do something. Come together. Have some big dinners together. Hey, some slight like that where you make the youngins pay the tab. You know, they got to do some stuff like that to help build that chemistry. Otherwise, there won't be a culture. That's what this team needs. Like, is discipline and culture. I know we've been going with the picks. We need to get some free agency people too. We can't just go with the picks.
My first initial, hey, this is what's different about Shot. Every head coach is a little bit different, but you know, he's
exactly, Pat. They need to make. It needs to be a family.
You, sir.
Okay.
Where they gonna play for each other. Where they gonna hold themselves accountable and play for each other. Each play, each game. They're not gonna want to play down to. They're gonna want to play up to each other's level. They need to be able to build off of each other. They like to have that culture and that chemistry. That puts a lot into it. That you get a lot more out of it. I mean, I would love to take some people that I know are going to be gone. Okay, well, you probably cracked. It's probably cracked. You probably did it. Well, you need to put some lotion on it. Here, hold on. I think I have some in my desk. Here. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yep, right here. Here, put it on your finger and then wipe it across it. No, wipe it. Well, you don't have to use all of it. You can wipe some of it off. Little bits at a time like that, and then wipe off whatever you don't need with a paper towel. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, like Aston Genty, Luther Burden, Ted McMillan. I would love either one of them in the first round. If Mason Graham falls to us, I would love. I think we need running back, wide receiver, DT. Those need to be the first 3 rounds. I think we need defensive tackle, running back, wide receiver. Now, we can eliminate that by picking up one of those pieces in free agency, whether that be a wide receiver or running back. I'm hearing Nick Chubb. That would be nice. I'd take Nick Chubb and keep Rico Dowdle at that point because that'd be a good tandem. I would, or if they go in free agency for a wide receiver, you got Devontae Adams. It would be real nice. You can go for Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Debo. here, I think they're talking about cutting Debo. Cooper Kupp might be a cut. So those you don't have to trade for. Those you just pick up. Or maybe not cutting, but letting go. So either one of those could help in the draft because there's so many positions we need. We literally need D-line. We need O-line. We need wide receiver. We need tight end. We need safeties. We need cornerbacks. We need a backup quarterback. Like, I mean, it's crazy because we don't even have a backup right now. We don't have Dexter Lawrence. And we're not going to trade Micah Parsons. Dexter Lawrence is on the Giants. Abdul Carter will be definitely gone. He'll be gone in the first 5 picks. Maybe the Cowboys trade back, pick up an extra 3rd-round pick. Good night, love you. Maybe they, at that point, they trade back. Maybe Gentry still falls to him. If not, maybe one of the wide receivers still fall to him. I wouldn't trade back past 20, though. Past the 20th pick, I wouldn't go any further back than that. That would be like the furthest I would go back. I probably really wouldn't want to go back any further than the 17th pick. But that's an option that's available too. But what falls to us at that position, I don't know. But it does give us an extra pick, so we would have 12 picks at that point. So I don't know. It's absolutely crazy because we can go so many. Like I said, there's so many routes that are going to be good routes for the Cowboys to be successful this offseason. I just hope they don't pick the wrong ones because there are a few of those too. Kelvin Banks Jr. would be nice. It would be nice. But I also heard the idea of getting a guard, moving Tyler Smith to left tackle, Tyler Guyton to right tackle. These are all just thoughts that I've heard other people say. So I'm not taking credit for them, but they make sense. So I would like to have DeMarcus Lawrence back, but I don't need him. I don't need him, JFF. If it's for the right price, I would take him back. Junkins from Ohio State. Yeah, I like the North Carolina Tar Heel too. Henderson, I think. Is that his name? What up, Luke? What it do? No, I forgot all about the hockey game being on, Luke. I think Messi was trying to tell me about it earlier, but I kind of wasn't paying enough attention. But yeah, I'll be getting off here soon because we're already going on an hour and a half here. So once we get to that hour and a half, which is at about 9:45 my time, we'll probably be hopping off. Yeah, we were reacting to and giving my opinion on 3 of the coaches that the Cowboys have brought in. It was David Overseas or Oversides, Dave Borgonzi, and Andre Curtis were 3 coaches that actually came over with Matt Eberflus, which they're the cornerbacks coach, the passing game coordinator for the defense, and what was it, the linebacker coach? What was the first one? Secondary.
Yeah, Quandre is an awesome guy, extremely hard worker.
Passing game coordinator, and then what was the third one? I think they were all linebackers. The linebackers. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. USA took the lead 2-1. And Freebird, yeah. Exactly. Oh, I see. But yeah, so we do have some other coaching interviews that we will be getting into. We got Lunda Wells, we got Junior Adams, we got Derek Foster. Those are also, and they're what, a 5-minute one. We'll do the Junior Adams one real quick.
How's everyone doing?
5-minute. It's a 5
Good,
minute
great.
interview. All right, so the briefing on Junior Adams is he's the and y'all stop arguing. He's the wide receivers coach. Junior Adams met with the media to express excitement for being a part of the Dallas Cowboys. The emphasis on building personal relationships with the receivers early. So yeah, all these coaches are talking about wanting to build relationships, like become a family, the traits he looks for in the position, and more. Again, as always, shout out to the Cowboys for dropping these interview videos. Much appreciation. Fair use act. Disclaimer. All right.
Christy Scales, sideline reporter for Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
I like Deion Walker, but his staff is his value in the draft is falling from what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he's getting pushed back towards the second round. Where he was being talked about originally as a top of the first, but he's kind of getting pushed down the draft. Jalen Walker.
Well, welcome to Dallas.
Yeah.
What attracts you to this position group, and what do you see just with an quick overview?
I mean, obviously from an organizational standpoint, right? Mr. Jones, and the Joneses family, right? I mean, this is America's team, right? I think that
it's America's team, right? Right? That's what I'm talking about.
Attracts people from the outside, and then seeing what you have in the room, you know, obviously with CD, being the leader of that group and being the vet, and then, you know, Jalen Tolbert playing the way he played last year. Dak is Dak, and again, it's America's team. I mean, you can't pass on these opportunities.
Junior, Josh Longfield from Lone Star Live, and speaking with some players that you worked with in the past, they describe you as a motivator. What is your leadership or motivator style? Like, what do you contribute that to?
As far as motivating, I think the most important thing for me is, and this is what I'm really doing right now with these guys, is just really working on just connecting, right? Just diving into the person, diving into who they are, you know, their family, their background. I think that's the most important piece, because when you can connect, and that's when the trust is built. That's the most important part of it.
Was it an easy decision to come here? Because obviously you said a lot about the Cowboys and
right.
That kind of thing.
No, it's never easy, and it's never easy when you do transition between jobs or taking jobs. You know, it actually was a really hard one with my relationship with obviously with Dan Lanning, and that offensive staff, and most importantly, the receivers that I was able to recruit and then coach and then connect with. It was really hard, to be honest with you. I had a few sleepless nights, that's for sure.
Coach Nicole, DallasCowboys.com. Have you already been able to talk with some of the players and kind of share your vision for this wide receiver room?
I haven't, you know, I've talked to guys, but again, I haven't spent any time on football with them. I haven't. It's just been, again, just trying to get to know the person, which is the most important piece.
And what have those conversations been like?
They've been good. They've been really good. We're still working on them, right? The relationships, you got to work at them, and we're making that a priority.
You know, it seems like a number of college coaches. He's had a lot of number of coaches with college backgrounds.
They are making it a priority to build relationships.
Is that part of it? I don't know if you talked to Shadi about that, but you know, from Riley to you,
it's hard to get. It's hard at this stage, being this early, because like we're not even in training camp. But like to get anything other than just how they feel coming into being a Cowboy, what they want out of the players, what they're looking for in the new players. That's really all we can get. We can't really get into scheme, or because that's going to kind of be what they're putting together as it all comes together. So we probably won't get much on any of the scheme or play style, other than that we know there's going to be an emphasis on stopping the run, taking the ball away, and running the ball. So we know there's going to be that emphasis, but as far as anything else, all we're going to hear coming out of the Star right now is what they're looking for, what they want. It's the kind of I think, I want, I need phase of the season where we're all kind of thinking this is going to be good or thinking this is going to be bad, or however.
UTEP BC's here. I mean, a lot of
James
guys
Pierce
with
is
college
nice.
backgrounds
James
here. I
Pierce
don't
is
know
nice.
if developing and teaching is part of this
Facts, Chris. Facts,
process
brother.
here.
Well, I think one for starters, I have not.
Yeah.
You know,
Defensive interior,
that has never come up in conversation when it comes to like college and pro.
Yeah, I think
but I'm
he's
sure the
nice.
experience does matter. But when it comes to the development and teaching, I think that's a premium on all levels, right? It's not just in the NFL, but it's in college. It's going to be in high school. If you look at the best programs in all levels of football, that teaching and developing is a big piece.
Yeah, I guess that's my point. Is you have your background in teaching and developing. You look at other guys who.
His background is teaching and developing. All right, bro. You have a blessed night, Pat. Man, make it great on purpose tomorrow, brother. We'll catch you on the next one.
Brought in. I'm thinking that's what they want for this staff is some teachers and development.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's what we want. So,
Who do you consider your coaching mentors?
Oh
Clarence,
gosh, I got a few of them. I mean, Dan was awesome to work for. And again, he's a good friend. His family.
Good, Pat.
Chris
good,
Peterson
brother.
was awesome. He's been a big part of my life. Actually,
It is what it is,
a few
my
hours
boy.
ago. Mike
Cowboys
Kramer, who I
content,
started
Cowboys
with,
content, right?
George Stewart,
We'll be, we
Eric
finally
Yarber,
got our,
and then the list goes.
yo, shout outs. We finally got our first membership. Someone actually joined the membership. So we will have to start making some membership only videos or some early releases for them. They do get the green name and they do get the nice little decal next to their name. I have a couple of them out. I'm going to have to make some more, but we definitely finally got one to come in and join that way. That's what's up. Shout outs to them.
Goes on, but those are some of the guys that have been a big part of my coaching career.
When the scouts come to you and ask about the most important traits that you want, whether it's from a physical nature or character-wise, what do you tell them? Because this is the important part of the year.
Yes. When I talk about a wide receiver,
Be going to bed, not chewing bubblegum.
And evaluating them, or the traits, most importantly, would be, I always say, competitive, tough, and intelligent, right? And we acronym that with CTI. That's what I'm looking for.
Competitive, tough, and intelligent. He wants smart players. He wants players that are very competitive. And he wants y'all to be playing physical. So you're going to have to be tough.
Is there...
Sounds good.
You talked about the college game and where it is with NIL and recruiting and all that stuff. Do you think that's why you're seeing some guys kind of want to check out the NFL, not because it's easier, but there's the year-round nature of your sport now, where it's not only recruiting guys for the next time, but you're trying to recruit guys to keep them as well, that it just kind of never ends?
Well, I think there's two different levels, right? I think there's NFL, it's obviously you don't have to deal with the NIL piece, and I'll be quite honest with you, when I was at Oregon, I really didn't have to deal with any of that. Obviously, the retention of players is a big piece, and then obviously recruiting is another big piece, and where I was at Oregon, we did a really good job of that.
Was CD, when you showed guys in the league to your players in the room, was CD ever a guy that you pointed out or showed any film of to, hey, look at this, what he does?
Yeah, I've used him as an example a few times.
He's used CD Lamb as an example.
What do you like about what he's been able to do?
Many times. We need more SEC guys. Remember Jason Garrett drafted a lot of guys. Yeah, I know. We like Boise State. Yeah, you forgot Terrence Crawford. There's been a bunch of Boise State. You forgot Kellen Moore. There's a bunch. I think we still got some Boise State players other than DeMarcus Lawrence. Tyrone Crawford, yeah, Cedric Wilson, Orlando Scandal. Yeah, we've always liked Boise State.
When you look at CD, he's a really good football player. He's got a high football IQ. And like she just asked, those traits, right? You can see on film, he's competitive, he's tough, and he's got a high football IQ. He's really good with the ball in his hands. He's good with the ball in the air by going up and snatching the football. A lot of young guys can learn from him. Good? Yeah, nice to meet you. Junior, yeah. Appreciate you guys, yeah. Yeah, good to meet you.
So that video is not concluded. All right, so we're going to do this Linda Wells won.
When you talk about the coming back here, how are you?
Get the right one up. That was Dave Borzoli. Make sure, y'all, if you haven't, you do hit that like button on your way out or on your way in, whichever way you're going. Connor, I kind of want to hear the Connor one more than the Linda Wells. I'm pretty sure it's
process like when
special teams.
You got
coach.
so many new guys coming in, and I've seen Johnny's new, but he's been around. Like,
He's tight. He is the tight ends coach. I want to hear Connor Riley.
Things are off and running.
They are off and running. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind this past week, but it has just been.
Offensive line coach.
Clayton Adams, but I think you called him at Sac State, and you guys have known each other for a while. What about your guys' relationship now that you're kind of coaching together? And what do you?
It is fantastic, and I look at myself as.
Actually, I'll tell you back. All right, we're gonna do Ken Dorsey today. We're gonna do some of these on Saturday too. I appreciate that, Chris. We're gonna do some more of these on Saturday.
Anytime you come into a new city.
All right, so we're gonna do some more interviews on Saturday. We're also gonna go through some of the draft prospects, probably the top 25 or probably the first round or second round, depending on how many we can get through. It'll either be the top 64 or the top 32. And then we'll give our opinions on those and try to get some input on those, along with watching some more of these coaching interviews to get our opinion on what's coming out of there as well. But yeah, this is Ken Dorsey. Utilize and maximize. He's a passing game specialist. Ken Dorsey discusses what his role will be for the Cowboys. Man, he's technically like a second offensive coordinator, along with Brian Schottenheimer, who can be an offensive coordinator / our head coach. And then, who was it? Clayton Adams as the offensive coordinator. Like, we have like 3 offensive coordinators running this offense. It's completely madness. No, yeah. It's been a select few that's won the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Like, we don't get many that vary off of that list. All right, so passing game specialist. Talk about how he's going to relate with the Cowboys and help shape the offense using his previous experience in the league, the attributes he sees from quarterback Dak Prescott, and more. He's coming from the Browns. Ken Dorsey was highly regarded, even though the Browns are the Browns. Anything's hard to do up there. Troy Brad. Alabama's always got good players. All right, we're gonna get
situation
into this,
and a new group of coaches and a staff that Shai's done a great job putting together. You should try to bring your past experiences, your value, another set of eyes within the realm of what we want to do systematically. And I think Shai's laid that out.
So yeah, he's like, I got an offensive coordinator, but I'm just gonna bring in another set of eyes, another person to give another opinion so that we can get the best of what we can. Yeah. Facts, Chris. Facts, brother.
Out very clearly to everybody. And that's what I'm excited about. There's a very clear direction, a very clear vision. There's no, it's black and white. There's no gray. And when you have that as a coach, it's very easy for you to say, okay, here's how I can help.
Can you elaborate on that direction, vision that Shadi has for this offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think like you talked about early on, we're going to be a team that's going to run the football and be able to utilize that as a strength for us, and then utilize our guys and be able to adjust our system based off of our guys' strengths. And I think that's very important in offensive football because in the free agency draft and everything, you don't want to pass up on good players that can help you win. Because he doesn't fit this or that. If we can adjust and bring in, and utilize the players we have and utilize them in that way, and then whenever we add those pieces to be able to utilize and maximize them.
I'm sorry, Calvin Watkins.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
How do you evaluate quarterbacks who
might not want to work out the combine
Mhm.
and say, well, the tape is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, how about you look into that?
I think that's a great question. Nowadays, fortunately, you get to see these guys make a lot of throws. And whenever you can work them out individually, one on one and whatnot, to be able to see them make the throws within your system and maybe some of the different throws they didn't make in college is very valuable. But for the guys that work out on the combine, a lot of times they'll do a pro day, they'll do individual workouts and things like that. And those are just as invaluable because you get to see a wide variety of different throws, short, intermediate, downfield, everything like that. And a lot of times at those pro days, you can request some throws and things like that at the end. If there's something you want to see, and that's valuable as well. But yeah, the film obviously is huge, and hopefully you could get as much off of that as possible. But whenever you can get your hands on, that's obviously a big thing.
Let's get in. Let's get these damn players and get them in here so that we can get hands on and get to actual work. Andre Johnson, Hall of Fame, Jeremy Shockey. Hey, look at you coming through. Look at you coming through with the stats in the history lesson. What up, Chris? Shout out to you, brother. Said Ken Dorsey threw to Andre Johnson, Hall of Fame, and Jeremy Shockey, and hand the ball off to Willis McGee. Clinton Portis, Frank Gore. Now he's coaching my NFL team, Dallas, and CeeDee Lamb. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With the win. Expectation of Peyton and Eli. Yeah.
Skyler Dixon with the Associated Press. You've got some experience with at the higher levels of coaching staffs. How has that experience shaped you, and how does that experience help you here? How does that help you with the staff?
You learn a lot, and you learn with every experience. And I've been very fortunate to be in some of those positions where, putting together the offense or coming in and making some tweaks to a already existing offense and those types of things. So I think that helps me in terms of just some of those big picture things I'm not locked into one specific, hey, it's got to be this way, or it's got to be that way. Been fortunate to be in some different systems and things like that to be able to kind of adjust the thought process in terms of what we're doing and what we could do well and how to attack a defense to help us win games.
Coaching is a tough business. Guys bounce around.
Yeah.
Why you didn't work out the last two jobs?
I think those
They
are
asked him,
unfortunately
why
just
did it not work out the last two jobs?
kind of the way it goes sometimes, and obviously last year just didn't win enough games, and that's the way it is. I think we were able to do a lot of good things and kind of bring some things to the table in the pass game and things like win football games, and when you don't, then there's always those possibilities things happening, and it's a tough business, and sometimes
I mean, I think he
I
will.
always put it like
He's
this.
literally
In
coming
life,
in just
you're
to
gonna
be
get-
an
you're
extra
gonna
set
get
of
knocked down.
eyes and to
you're
like
gonna get
just give
punched
his
in the gut.
opinion.
It's how you get back up and keep swinging, keep fighting. And
He's
and
kind of
that's
like
the approach I always want to take.
an offensive
good, bad, or
specialist
indifferent,
for the
whatever
Cowboys.
happens.
One of them
Maybe not all,
positions
you know,
that isn't
obviously
really a
Cleveland last
position,
year,
but they
for
wanted
other
his
places, but
opinions and his
what did you know
thoughts, so
about
they
the
brought him
Cowboys? What were
in.
your perception of the Cowboys before, from the outside looking in, and
Mhm.
what do you see now?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
crazy,
really good
Walt.
question. I think outside looking in, obviously you see, the roster that's put together and the playmakers that we have. Obviously Dak and the line and just some of the physicality that we have up front and those types of things. So you see a lot of those tools and a lot of those different playmakers and things like that, and how the system and things have evolved over time and just the players that are brought in, because I think everybody here has done a great job of filling back in the holes of rosters when you do lose those important pieces, which happens over time. So I think it's an exciting group from the outside looking in, and I think that's why it's such an appealing job. And then obviously it being one of the most premier franchises in the league, to be able to coach here and coach in the stadium and coach in the facility with walking in the footsteps of some of the great people who have been here. That's very exciting.
I got up here a little bit late.
No worries.
You
Yeah.
just had to describe kind of what your job title is and
Yeah.
like what your job will be this year. How would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm helping out with offense, obviously in general, and I'll be able to
Sorry,
kind
guys,
of
I'm just updating
go where needed in terms of helping out position groups and things like that. So it's something that I'm going to be able to help a lot with. Tying the pass game with the run game and just some of the pass concepts and things like that. But it's a I think more of a big picture role more so than a specific process. Not a lot of um, conversations about specifics in that regard. Some of the just kind of looking at some of the big picture things and that type of thing. And in the interview process was more more what that was. Yeah.
You coached Josh Allen in Buffalo a couple years ago. Now coming in and coaching Dak, kind of how do you see Dak Prescott as a player, given some of the other guys you've coached in the past?
I mean, obviously he's got a tremendous skill set. He can make all the throws, that you can ask for, whether it's short, intermediate, inside the numbers, outside the numbers, anticipating.
He's got faith in Dak.
Having to drive it through a window, having to
He's
layer it
got
over the
faith in
top.
Dak.
He can make all those throws.
What
and
up,
shown it.
Sarah? What
Obviously, he's got tremendous experience in this league.
Damn, you got that nice warm
and
weather.
for a quarterback position, the more reps you get in the game, the more you're reacting instead of thinking. It's just it's a natural reaction.
I'm with you, Chris. I'm with you, brother.
And, hey, I'm seeing this concept.
You're right,
all right,
brother.
I know this coverage, and I just kind of know this is where the ball is going to go. So I think you see that evolution in his game, and he's being able to play so fast and make those good decisions. And I think that's going to be a key for us to continue to get him as comfortable as possible and utilize our weapons and let him continue to grow with his comfort within the system.
All right, so that was the Ken Dorsey interview. All right, so I'm just updating the I'm linking in the Cowboys into the description. All right, so there we go. That's all done. Copy it. All right, publish. Save. All right, sorry about that, guys. My son's putting all this stuff up in the way. All right, so we went even extra overtime. It has now hit 10 o'clock. I was gonna get off at 9:45, but y'all have been great, and I found more videos than I thought I was going to on coaching interviews. So I wanted to get more of them in. We'll definitely be back Saturday for another Cowboys Royal Talk. This little show, this little series that I'm doing, I called it a podcast. It's more or less just a show. I don't have anybody else on here yet to consider it a podcast, but it's a show. So it's the Royal Raw Sports Talk Show, mostly talking about the Cowboys. This is episode 7. We are going to be concluding. Thank you to everybody that came in and showed up. Y'all are amazing. I love that y'all come in and support me. Without y'all, there ain't no channel. So my appreciation is fully out to y'all. Hopefully y'all have a blessed night. Stay up. Make tomorrow great on purpose. And man, I'm Roll Raws. We out. Y'all have a blessed one.